Valtopia. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Samantha. Hi, everybody. So I got my keyboard hooked up. That's what you're hearing. Let me share this. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. What's happening? All right, let me load this up and share the stream. So I'm going to be able to make you guys sounds along with my voice for the next releases that I do. I'm super excited about it. Let me turn it down a little bit here. So this is going through my laptop into GarageBand, and it's a MIDI keyboard. So it has all these controllers. I've got to play with it and figure that part out. But for now, sounds coming through for you. You know it's true. All right, let me share this where it goes, and then I'm gonna get started. We are gonna talk about depth today, honey. We're gonna talk about the depth of feeling. Have you felt the cosmic weather? Who has been having some interesting, deep moments in the last 24 to 48 hours? Tell me about it. Tell me what's going on. We are getting a lot of high energy coming at us, high vibrational energy, which is pushing out anything that isn't aligned with that. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the magic? All right, let me share now. Let's have a story for the morning. All right, shared. And let's share to Valtopia. You know it's true. Okay, here we go, everybody. And if you are just watching me for the first time, would you say hello? I'm Val Cripps. I am an artist, a musician. I'm a frequency guide. I'm all about energy and frequencies, and I've done a whole lot of life experience and training to help myself improve my natural tendencies and to get over my old programming, and to support you and me to rise up into our deepest desires and highest inclinations, and to become our spiritual person that we are here in this body right here on earth. So Joanne says, oh my God, my head, but a major wave knocked me for 6. Yeah, there's a lot. Sometimes I feel too high, then crash too low. Yes, ground it in. Ground in the energy, because if I understand that feeling, it's like our nervous system gets freaked out when we start to expand, and then thinks that it can't do that, right? Thinks that it needs to revert to where it was. And so if you find yourself expanding and then constantly stretching back, there's a program running there, and you have to do the work to shift your anticipation. And also the work means not just changing your thoughts and beliefs and your mindset, but also what are you doing to nourish yourself? And you know, the energy is only going to get higher, guys. It's only going to get higher, and we're going to be being asked to rise up more and more. And I think the gap between where we were and where we're headed is going to feel bigger and bigger within ourselves. You know, people are talking about the divide has already happened, and you're seeing it. It's about your own divide within yourself, right? The divide between that highest level version of you, that soul version of you, and the you that is right where you are right now, or where you've been, and that hasn't completely embodied that level of resonance. That's a soul resonance. And it's our beautiful gift to integrate the highest level version of ourselves and the one that is here right where we are right now. That, you know, if where we are right now is our highest soul resonance, then we're dead. So you're always going to feel some sort of coming together of your highest being and where you are right now. And the key is to not focus on that gap, but to focus on what's calling you and what's calling you to rise up, and also honor where you are and what about that where you are is either keeping you where you are, or keeps pulling you back to where you are, or isn't letting you see where you're meant to go, right? And so that's why today's topic is about the depth of you. Are you ready to feel the depth of you in order to allow for yourself to expand into the height of you, right? And I think for many of us, especially those of us that are doing this work so powerfully, it's been hard. It's been hard. We have wounds that are definitely getting opened up right now to be healed. And so do you find yourself in these last few days having argument? I mean, of course, it's family time too, right? It's the holidays. And we're coming into eclipse season in January. That shit will flip you for sick. So we want to take advantage of every cosmic event that's coming through and honor ourselves and honor the depth of ourselves. And what that means is being willing to look at where you fall short of your own needs for yourself. And that is going to be reflected back to you. That's going to be reflected back to you in what you're seeing and how people in your relationships are treating you on the outside. And so if you're looking at your outside relationships and they're showing you your wounds, do not sit there and say, oh my God, why can't I ever have a good thing? Or why does this always happen to me? Right now, what I want you to say is, woo, thank you. Thank you for this moment to get a reflection of the depth of me that is so hard for me to see myself. Let me now honor, hold, and cherish this part of myself, and let this part of myself integrate into the other parts of me that feel more aligned and expansive. Do you feel this? Kedar wants to marry me. Well, hey, honey, how you doing? So the depth of us, for many of us who have tried to go there, and we all try to go there, it can look like you get to a certain point of intimacy in your relationships. And intimacy, I'm not necessarily talking about physical intimacy. I'm talking about emotional intimacy, where you get to open up who you are, and that you anticipate that on the other side of that opening, there's a level of trust and connection to yourself, and to see that reflected back to you from others. And for many of us, that can be we don't expect that, right? We expect that when we open up, we're going to get controlled or corrected or corralled or misjudged or put in a corner, or right? So we hide that part of ourselves. We cover up our heart because we don't want to be hurt, and we don't want to go where we've been burned before. And hi, Dua. It gave you goosebumps when reading the title of this live. Good. This is for you then, Dua. This is for you. So do you have trouble going deep with yourself? Do you find that when it starts to get intense or interesting with others, right, as you begin to feel like, okay, it's time for me to open up, and then this can be with friendships and with your business. Whatever is happening behind the scenes is what's happening in your business too, right? How you hold up your relationships in your life and for yourself is going to be reflected back to you in your business relationships and your cash relationships. And so, if we're not willing to allow ourselves to dig deeper into places that feel dark and hidden, and to integrate those parts and witness those parts of ourselves, and to then also ask that the people around us reflect that level of connection and witnessing of those dark parts of ourselves, then we're going to feel like separate. We're going to feel separate from our parts of ourselves, and that's going to be reflected in our ability to receive and open up to others. And that's why the title of this live stream, Dua, is Can You Go Deep? It leads to cash infusions. Cash infusion is a reflection of what you're allowing yourself to receive, how clear you are in defining your needs, and how open you are to receive receive what you're asking for in terms of those needs and desires, and the depth that you're willing to witness your own darkness and what is falling short of the height of you, what is falling short of the light inside of you, what is falling short of what you're asking for is the hard work that will lead to an integration of you. And I know for myself, I've got some deeply embedded inner childhood wounds that I've been working through in this cosmic weather. It's been so good. That's the events are triggering like some deep buried shit that you're like, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And that's kind of what the energy felt like this weekend. Shit that you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole coming up for review. Did you guys feel that? All the stuff that you're like, I would never want to think about that. Oh, here it was this weekend, right? And I invite you to be like, fuck yeah, good. Because without that being evoked from me, it would stay buried. And it would be like my last live stream that I did the day before yesterday, where you got all these like inner voices and energy shouting at people, even though you inside think that you're, transmitting a frequency, a vibration of love and creation. Those parts of you are still shouting out to everybody, hey, I need some help over here. Nobody's been paying any attention to this thing, and it's really important, and this integral part of you needs to be blended and molded in with the rest of you so that you can be a nice, cohesive, strengthened version of yourself. Hey, Keisha. Ronnie says, God, yes. Yes, honey. So what is deep for you that you avoid? What is something that is super deep in your life for you that you know you run from? And how can you open up to it? For me, I feel, and I've witnessed others, there are some things it's hard to do by yourself. And thank goodness we have the cosmic weather evoking these things for us. And ideally, you can work with someone that can help you, whether it's a good friend or a counselor, or if you can come work with me, I'm a super, the length between the time you integrate these things and understand yourself and come into your new level of yourself is just shortened. It's an expansive, intensive, and there's a hummingbird and a bumblebee. Hi, Keisha. Did you have a little cold or something? Yeah, I've been recovering. I'm better now. I had a lot of mucus coming up from last week's partying. I don't think I need to be doing that anymore. It was fun. It was fun to go dancing and drink a bunch of tequila with friends I hadn't seen in a long time, but come on now. So, how do you get to the depth of you beyond witnessing this cosmic weather and letting yourself know what's there for you? You know, I'm finding that the cosmic weather is quite enough, and of course I am working with my own guide to help me tackle the things that I don't want to. I literally can't address. There's many of you come to me and you do have a sort of PTSD blindness of limitation. And what that is that the things that have happened to you in the past limit you from going to those places. And you avoid the things that are actually going to help you grow. We do that. And so this expansion for ourselves is about being with the discomfort of what's coming up and really seeing what it's here to show us. What am I being invited to witness about myself? What am I being invited to understand? What am I being invited to grow and integrate? And as you do this work, as you find ways to listen and acknowledge and hear what you need, and then actually have the courage to believe that you do deserve and will receive that. And then to not only not allow people that aren't reflecting that in your life by saying no or creating a boundary for yourself or deciding, eliminating people or moving another direction, or by expressing to people what you need and letting them either step up or not and then making that decision. But also, more importantly, not just in the work of clearing away what isn't aligned, but letting yourself believe that what is aligned is coming in. And I feel like that is people are used to clearing and witnessing what isn't working. But how many of you are really doing the work of creating what isn't there yet that maybe you've never experienced that you do deserve? I feel like that's the work. That's the work. The clearing and the release and the activation, I got that down. We all got that down, I feel like. It's the work afterwards to keep coming up into resonance with that higher calibration of yourself and to forge bravely into unknown territory, into joy and bliss and delight and things that you may not have really experienced much in your life and that your mind is tripping and thinks you're not allowed to have. The hard work is you doing everything in your power to create in your mind a soundtrack that says, this is what I deserve. And the place you want to get to is where when you encounter the old kind of resonance that is what from your wounding, when you've experienced that, it's jarring. It should be, so for example, if you're really used to toxic narcissistic relationships and people controlling you, and you've worked really hard to get that out of your system and move along and you've been doing well, you will notice that a mile away. You will just be like, ugh, I don't do that loop anymore. When somebody starts arguing with you when you just first meet them about your own feelings and shit like that, you're like, oh, you can get along. You want to get to where the stuff that used to be normal to you that was so bad and out of alignment is jarring. We got used to what wasn't good for us, and our body is used to that. And the work that when you come to work with me one-to-one that we do is to release any of all of that from your body, mind, and system so that when you encounter it, it is jarring and you instantly say, nope, that's not me anymore. I don't do that. I don't do that. And not only that, but this is what I do. We need to do the self-hypnosis and the mind programming for all the stuff that is good. So that is why I'm going to be recording some music for my private clients and audio-guided, uplifting mind hypnosis, mind, body, energy, transformational content that you listen to in your ears. Because how many times are you tripping as you do these shifts and your mind wants to go back and play that program of all the stuff that hasn't worked and all the reasons why you don't get to rise up. You do get to rise up, and the only thing stopping you from that is all these different things we've been talking about. It's complicated, and there's so many solutions, and we get to shift. So let me know how this resonates for you and how you're getting deeper with yourself. How are you going into those deeper levels of awarenesses and how are you benefiting from this cosmic weather to let you really understand and integrate those parts of yourself? It's really vital, and I'm here to guide you. And I do want to share with you what I'm offering right now. I'm offering the glow up activation, and I call it the glow up because as soon as I started doing this work, everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're glowing from within." And I want this for you. I want you to have this. This is for the high-level entrepreneur, the ambitious, focused, high-level entrepreneur who is extremely creative, has been feeling a slump. Maybe you've been feeling some fatigue. Maybe these holidays and this cosmic weather is getting to you. And you're a boss, and you need to evolve through these shifts like a boss. And so I'm inviting you to come into my care for the next 6 weeks. And this is energy. This is daily energy guidance. We have a 90-minute intensive in the beginning where we're going to dive in deep and you're going to see what patterns come up with me. I don't care what work you've done with anybody else. I'm the excavator. I get to that deep shit. It is my natural gift to tweak and stir up like the deepest things inside of you that you thought you forgot about. So that 90-minute intensive is to find out what patterns are completely evident in your energy field, mind, body, and being and life right now that are causing a drag on your energy, that is reminding you of your wounding, that is pulling your energetic sustenance down. Yeah, it's hard right now. And so I'm inviting those of you who are ready to sail into 2020 and take, like, it is hard, but it's kick ass. Like, it's really rich and fruitful. And so not only do you need, but what would accelerate your expansion and strength and cash infusions, for those of you that are ready to make this investment, is to have the 90-minute intensive and then have daily recalibration with my energetic support. Now, this doesn't mean that, you get to talk to me throughout the day, but I'm also working on you when you're just chilling doing your work. That's what I do. And as you connect, as we're talking and you're like, dude, it's killing me. I feel so inflamed and I don't know, these weird vibes are coming up. And I ask you a lot of questions. And meanwhile, opening the energy day after day after day, bringing you back up into resonance to that high resonance we got to in our first session. And what that means is, it takes 21 days to reprogram the mind. Well, this is a 6-week experience. So you're going to up level several times while you're in my care before we get done with the 6 weeks. And we're also going to learn how to do this work for yourself so that at the end of the 6-week activation, you're actually implementing new tools. And those tools are particular to you. This is a one-to-one experience. I'm not giving you a fucking PDF and sending you off on your own. This is a deeply immersive. And it's not more work for you. It's more support for you. And so together we're going to be looking at your daily experience and how you aren't letting yourself calibrate into that higher level resonance of yourself, and how you may not be supporting yourself powerfully to be the cosmic channel that you are. I'm going to provide you with some nutrition if you're open to it. I'll include it as part of the expense. Or I should say investment. And I also have yoga support if you're open to that. And of course, we're going to be opening up your DNA to higher levels of awareness and regeneration. And what happens when you open up your levels of DNA, which is just a byproduct of working with me. I've been trained and certified in a method that I have adapted in my own way, is that you have these strands of DNA. As you open them up, your whole being is more, you have more access to your own levels of awareness of what you can do and be in this life right here, right now. Hi, Diane. And so that's part of the experience, as well as I open up and align all of your chakras every time we connect. And you get used to feeling open and aligned and expansive and in tune and lit up and glowed up within yourself. And anywhere you get stuck and your inner child or your past life stuff comes up, we work through it every day. So this is a 5K investment for 6 weeks because it's a super intensive, powerful transformation. This is alchemy and transformation. This is a life-changing event. This is about you going, I need to pick up the parts of me that are still hanging on in some other timeline. I need to release all of this stagnation and inflammation that I'm still holding on to in my body because I went through a rough time and a lot of drama and trauma. And even though I've done the work and I have all these great tools right now, something is not aligning, and this cosmic weather is bringing it up. I need to go into Val and have this 90-minute intensive and 6 weeks of support so that so that I don't feel so tired and dragged down, and I'm not still aligning to those old wounded parts of me, right? Ronnie says it's true. I got physically healthier working with Val. You know what, Ronnie? I was talking to this amazing woman that I'm going to be connecting with tomorrow. No, today I'm connecting. Oh, I think I was supposed to connect with her right now. I'll message her. She can see your guides, and she had a very interesting experience with her brain where her brain she had some surgery, and so certain parts of her brain got more open. She says, I have a huge healer on my team. She's like, do you know you have this amazing healer as your guide? And I'm like, yeah. I said, did you see the whole spirit team of shamans? She's like, yes, you've got all these elders and stuff. So it's not just me, Ronnie. It's a tribe of elders and a cosmic healer and Arcturians energy and all this healing energy. And when you come into my care, we deploy the troops. And I do like working with people who have a physical limitation that comes from that emotional wounding, because not only can we work through the root of the problem and the mindset that goes around it, but we're actually releasing and regenerating the cells in your body. So can you imagine, like, you're all uptight from your physical pain and there's all that going on, and then maybe you've already got some sort of physical issue in your body, but then if you add on all the guilt and anxiety and stuff, whatever it is that you're also still doing, when you release all the guilt and the fear, makes you feel lighter. There's less energy in your body hanging out and having a party on the wounds. So you do start to feel better because you're opening up, and then you have more access to your higher self and things start to change and improve. Cash infusions, right? So if this is for you and you're ready to get started, we will today. I want you to go to valtopia.com, VALTOPIA.com, and fill out the application. If we are aligned, we will get started right away. If you need any more clarifications, then you can private message me. It is a 5K program for 6 weeks. I also have longer programs, and if you come through the application and we are aligned and it feels like you would do better with a couple of my other programs, I will certainly suggest that to you. But I feel so deeply that for the right entrepreneur, this is going to 2 and 3 times your investment, right? Right away. This is something that's going to just be like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. And I'm not making that up. I've had this happen to many of my clients. In the right situation, this is someone who's already done a ton of work. You've already done, the clients I've had that have been doing 15, 20, 25 years of work, and they've come a long way, and they're poised to go to another level, and they can't understand why there's a stagnation. This physical illness in the body that used to be, that you've released, is still, there's parts of you still carrying it with you, and it's literally causing a stagnation or a stalling in your cash infusions, in your business, in your relationship, in your life. And chances are, we've been talking about different topics every day. Today's topic is about going deep and being intimate, being able to be intimate and trust yourself and others to see you and witness you how you are. Chances are, those of you watching this today that will relate to this are, recognizing that wounding in yourself and wondering how to release and heal it. So I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm a fucking boss bitch, and I'm also super vulnerable sweetheart. I'll hold every space with you. And I care deeply about each of my clients. I care about each of you that watch my live stream. I'm here for you, and I hold up really high standards, and I expect you to too as you come into my care. So let's do this. If I can fill out the application, and honey, I own your frequency. There's nobody like you. All right, I can't wait to play you some music on these recordings, and I'll see you on the next stream, baby. Keisha, I can't wait to see your color page today. See you next time.